I never said that. I never said Bitcoin would not. I don't think it'll go, but you know, once you get futures involved, who knows?
Oh yeah. So I read an article that these some banks doesn't want to put that in.
As part of their,
Right. How would you say that?
their,
It would mess up the flow of the economy and everything. It would totally have an impact negatively.
I
People
think so
would
too.
just jump into Bitcoin.
That's what they said.
Well, think about it. If that goes into trading,
Yeah.
um, man, that's gonna be game over. It's gonna send Bitcoin north, in my opinion.
Well,
And why would you hold the dollar when you or
just
hold an Amazon?
think about it. Think about it. What? Say that again. Come back again.
So think of everything on the market right now. You got Disney, you got Apple, you got Microsoft, whatever, and then you put Bitcoin in the same pool. It would have a total pullback on the US market and everyone would jump into Bitcoin.
Do you really think that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. Well, let's think about this for just one.
Okay, fire away, fire away.
Okay. Let's think about this. You play the stock market.
Yeah,
Yeah. So your stocks that you have, let's say you buy Apple. You buy Apple because it represents something, right?
right.
You're buying Bitcoin. What the fuck are you buying again?
Nothing.
Nothing. How many people with big pools of money are going to want to buy big fat nothing burgers?
Okay, and to back you up, right now in the crypto,
If anything, it gives them more of an opportunity to be manipulated once it gets out to the open floor and they put options on it and shit.
that's what I was going to say. So right now in the crypto, there's no halt breakers, circuit breakers, rules or regulations. When you go into the US market, there's going to be all these rules tied to Bitcoin, so that could actually hinder it.
Well, we won't have these wild swings and it won't be as
Right,
profitable for traders.
right.
That's what the problem is. Yeah. But it'll also help um, initiate potential investors into the game because if they feel like, well, you know what, I can take a chance on it because the worst case scenario, and you know, they have this thing that they'll call it whatever, you know, freeze it. And what is it with gold again? It was like $400 move in a day or something like that. Do you remember those rules when they came out?
No, but I
Well,
know like circuit breakers where it moves 10% in like was it 2 to 3 or 5 minutes or something?
for
Ugh.
gold.
Not for gold. I don't know about for gold, but I think if it moves more than 10% in 5 minutes, it gets halted for 5 minutes or something like that.
My problem is with this whole Bitcoin thing. If they actually allow this to be used, I mean, there could be potential like a real disaster, like a potential real disaster, I think.
What do you see? What do you mean? Because that's kind of what I was describing.
Well, like a type of scenario where the big market crash of the 1930s,
Right. That's what I'm also saying.
that kind of scenario.
Why hold the cash and then it would dwarf the real estate and then all your stocks that are at all-time highs, people would sell for a profit, jump into Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes to all-time highs and the market gets a pullback. And
Well, no, no, I wasn't thinking about that. That's that's interesting.
that's a little extreme.
I think you're going to end up on the Greg Hunter show.
All right. Cool it down, cool it down.
You've been listening to too much webbot crackpot shit.
Hey, but this is big move if it comes
I was thinking more of like the fact that they're all going to get suckered into this tulip rally.
Right. That also.
So
That's the thing that I don't like about.
I don't care. Like people say, it takes electricity to do it. Blah 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 blah. You know, and it's worth it. It's backed by electricity. Hey, you know what? So are pump and dumps. There's the people are using computers, they're using their phones, or you know, there's power being used in a pump and dump too. Anyhow,
Right.
my thing is the big swings, and now you're getting options where big money can get in there, and
Game changing.
well, the thing is, at least when you and I are trading something on the market, obviously that doesn't apply when you're playing on the penny stock, the pink sheets. You know, you can literally be trading a piece of garbage that doesn't exist, right?
Right.
In many cases, that is a scenario. Anyhow, when we're talking about a real stock, people know when they buy Apple, they're buying shares that represents a piece of the pie in Apple.
Right.
It's going to be a little different when the Bitcoin you're buying in a piece of that nothing burger again. So
Interesting.
you're having a certain group of people that don't mind gambling in nothing burgers, right?
Right.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, we're buying this thing here. No, I understand it. You know, it locks up
But
and there's
would
this
you
blockchain, and you can't worry. No one can twist the blockchain. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So
right? So you would be buying into the fact that there's only 24 million shares.
oh come on,
You
listen.
don't like that. You don't like that.
No. But
That's a low float stock, bro.
listen,
That goes parabolic.
let's be honest about this.
Okay.
These fucking guys, sorry, these people have been making much magic money come out of their ass every time they decide to do an airdrop or whatever, a pitchfork, a fork. I mean, come on. Where does this money come from?
Nowhere.
No, I'm asking you, where's the money coming from? We get a fork, all of a sudden everyone gets a free coin, and a coin is designated. It's a given price based on what?
Yeah, I can't answer that question.
So I keep asking, I'm like, okay, you just shit out another. Your nothing burger. Your nothing burger that was backed by fuck all suddenly just shit out another nothing burger, and you've already assigned it a price. And then a few months later, you're shitting out another nothing burger. Hold on a second. You just told me it was limited of how many millions? Because you guys are shitting out nothing burgers all the time and assigning unbelievable prices to it. I don't mind. I'll trade the nothing burgers and make cash,
Right,
but I keep thinking like somebody's going to end up with the shitty end of the stick at this point, because this nothing. They're just shitting out shit. This is shit.
You can't argue with any of that. I love it.
Okay, that's the way I see it. This is nothing but nothing burgers made from shit. In electricity,
I was on this
in a plant that uses a lot of electricity to make these nothing burgers. Because what's it doing? Oh yeah, it's making mathematical processes. But anyways, they're nothing burgers made from shit, and you're wasting a lot of electricity. We are not producing nothing. No, I'm just being honest about this. We're not adding to the economy. I mean, the only thing that's getting an adding to the economy are the people have to create the what do you call it, the graphic cards, the computers. Bill Gates is yeah, I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to stop. Did I tell you I got him coming out with a new graphic card? Oh yeah. I was like, yeah, no shit. That's what I said when I saw him. Nothing's going to stop Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, no shit. You want fucking lots of Bitcoins produced, you know?
Right.
Anyways, that's the way I feel about it. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to agree with it, but when I look at stuff, you have to understand where we were just talking about numerological cards. And I found out a few years ago that I think they call it the Four of Diamonds. I'm the same card as JFK, John F. Kennedy. That's what shocked me about this whole thing. I'm like, holy shit, you know, the guy that understood, well, I believe, like, value of money. Maybe I'm wrong on it, but that's where I kind of made the answer. So my card, his card, work card, the card is the Seeker of Worth. That's what that card represents. So when I look at Bitcoin, I'm trying to seek the worth. What is it again? What's it doing? Oh, it's going to make it a blockchain and make sure that everything is legal. Okay. So you're talking about the illegal hustlers we have already running the books. All of a sudden, this coin is going to make it all legal here now. Okay. And then it was like, well, no, there's only 21 million. I'm like, well, hold on a second, because all of a sudden there's a whole lot of airdrops and shit burgers coming out all the time. And this last summer's been shit burger festival. And I like how they could decide, at the last minute, okay, we're going to have one. There's another burger. We're going to produce it. It's coming out this day. Oh, we decided we're not going to have the burger. The chefs couldn't get along. They can't come up with a good recipe. And then, anyways, it's just.
Well done. Well done.
No, come on. I want some of these guys, these developers, come on out here, and I want to discuss these shit burgers, and I want to know the recipe, because a lot of other people, they might want to invest in this burger. Electricity, it makes mathematical. Maybe you should get a job as an accounting job somewhere instead of just running back and forth going, because all it is, this is like a pump and dump, mathematical pump and dump. We've created this little thing. It's a nothing burger, but it's going to make the world a good place. And then it has these wild swings. I go to I'm going over to the ATM machine to take money out. I've been sharing to people like this is my cash cow now. I'm going to the ATM machine. I'm seeing little old ladies going in and they're putting money in Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, geez. Do I tell her it's a high? It's going to sell off. This is when we hit that 7,500. I was saying that we're going to come down to 6,400. What do you do? What do you do? Do you let the old lady go buy the high?
Man, I don't know. That would be tough. That'd be tough. Yeah, you probably just at least give her a little heads up. She probably knows what's going on if she's 75 buying Bitcoin at an ATM, though.
No, do you know why? It's the Chinese guy who owns the ATM machine who was coming up to explain to her how to buy it.
Check.
I'm like, yeah, oh wow, that's cool. I guess I'm gonna have to mind my business and just move along.
Keep on pushing.
Wow, I want to do. That's businessmen get offended when you come cut their grass like that, right? Yeah, I got friends that have disappeared because of that. Or not friends, but past associates.
So what's Bitcoin doing right here? Is this a reversal? You seen that play out?
No, I'm not. I'm just having trying to really focus on these shit burgers and try to figure out where is the limited source of shit burgers that we're all told in the first place. How are these shit burgers that keep airdropping and forking off suddenly giving a magical, unbelievable price that I'm like, that's why I keep saying I need to make my own coins. I'm going to say my coins, I'm going to be airdropping them and they're worth whatever. I'm going to come up with an outrageous price. Why? Because the mathematical equation is much tougher than the other coins. I don't know. I got to come up with something. Anyways, let's go back to the charting, I guess. We've
Yeah, we're trying to do something right now. Bitcoin's fading, and we're trying to break.
You're on the Litecoin, eh? And Bitcoin, is that what you said?
Well, I see them all, but I'm talking about BCH and Bitcoin.
I got another thumbs down because of that rant.
No.
Get out of here. As if I care about that shit. Sorry, guy. I ain't gonna clean it up. I speak the truth. That's it. You tell me where you're getting the value in your shit burgers, and I'll be lining up to buy a load of that shit. Talking about a farmer boy here. I know what work is, what value is. Sure as hell ain't plugging in something I just bought and it's making a bunch of free money all the time. Think about it. I bought a machine that's making free money. What's it doing? Fuck all. Fuck all. Some mathematical equation for some other coin, and I get paid in some Bitcoin. It ends up raising in value, and I still question it. I'm like, well, you know what? It's a shit show, but whatever. Let's partake. This is what these guys are into right now, and I guess until the shit show's over at some point is what I'm thinking. Is I don't know. How do you see this is playing out in the future? I mean, like, I don't want to be even ignorant. I keep thinking about, like, even, we're told Ethereum it's going to build these great dApps. Have you heard that one? In fact, even the guy in the trade room here right now, I should say in the chat, he'll even talk to you about Lisk, this Lisk thing, and it's going to be even better in Ethereum because it allows you to create the dApps. How many of us are using dApps on a day-to-day basis? What the fuck is a dApp in the first place?
Right, you got me totally lost.
Oh, me too. I can say, oh, well, great. It's good for the guy who's doing the dApp thing, but I'm not into dapping and stuff. I don't even know what the fuck a dApp is. So, I mean, and I'm not putting down your list, guy. I'm just being, when I try to figure out if something's worth investing, I've got to figure, okay, where's the demand for that? I'm working on a series of stocks. They're called the future of cars. I believe that there's going to be a future demand. It's cheap right now, the stock, but come and see me in 10 years, 15 years, and then you'll be saying, shit, you're right. So I'm still trying to figure out where that demand is.
Yeah, that'd be interesting how that plays out. But that's swinging quite rapidly.
Okay, so at the end of the day, let's get to it. Okay, I want to wrap this up, this shitburger thing, and get it over with while I'm still on the rank, because I don't often get a guest or I can get into this topic at this time of night. It's 2:00 in the morning. I can't believe it, but whatever. Back to shitburgers.
Oh,
Honestly,
we're fading right here, bro. What's going on?
I'm not fading. Who is what?
BCH. Sorry, go on. Carry on.
Don't. I'm watching this. We're doing fine here. Okay, this is a hammer. This is a normal consolidation, and we're getting a second hammer. We're trying to shake out the weak ones. Anyways, at the end, don't break my train of thought here. I want to get this out, okay?
Sorry, Hoggy.
Because you are. I've just about lost what I was going to get onto here, and we got to stick with the keyword. It's the shit burger again. So, going back to these burgers, at the end of the day, it all had to do that everyone would be able to have a lot of these burgers, consume them, and remain anonymous. Right? No, honestly, at the end of the day, was not at the end of the day. Even as today, as I speak right now, we have Bloomberg and many other mass media still lying to the public, telling them that you can buy Bitcoins and remain anonymous. That was the whole hook, line, and sinker on this entire Bitcoin thing from day one.
Right. From
day one. Run away from the tax man. You don't have to let him grab all your shit. You don't have to have, the bank control all your cash. We heard all the stories, right? Put it into Bitcoin. I don't know. Something don't add up here to me. So at the end of the day, you want to remain anonymous, and you want this cryptocurrency that you can use on your phone, right?
Right.
Well, I'm just saying, is that not what you want?
Right. Being able to do it with these transfer funds and whatnot.
Well, I'm just saying it because we're hearing all kinds of reason why you should buy this initial coin, that initial coin. This one's going to make monkeys turn blue, and that one's going to make your wife, you know what? So, is there really a demand for all that shit? And it's bad enough we got one big shit coin. Now we got all these other little shit coins coming out. And I keep wondering, what's the demand for that? And then especially when you hear, well, our wallet does this and our wallet does that. I don't really care about my wallet too much. Do you?
No.
There's certain things we would care about, like maybe lower transaction fees. That's
Okay.
well, that kind of goes without saying, right?
Right, and protection and whatnot.
Okay, so there's a lot of the basics, just like any other guys. Your wallet, you want to make sure it's a good leather wallet and it's not a piece of crap and not a flimsy thing that's going to fall out of your pocket, kind of thing. Good fit. So it's the same thing with a digital wallet. At the end of the day, there's this fixation on this cryptocurrency that's going to allow you to do all this great stuff, and now it's gone kind of parabolic now that it's uh, initial this and initial coin that, because this wallet does this and this wallet does that and this coin's going to do this, and you're going to be able to gamble this with this one and gamble with that one. And right, do you not notice that it's been the 2017 onslaught of initial coin offerings, and everyone's got a wonderful paradise or dreamland. No, it's true.
Right, right.
They're all been sold as, I don't know.
The one.
Yeah, this is it. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is it. Oh yeah, this one here. I'm telling you this. I don't know. I think, well, at the end of the day, really, it all comes down to, okay, so you want a cryptocurrency, you want to remain anonymous, you want to be able to transact in it. There's got to have low fees. You got to have a safe wallet. Okay, so that's it. We're pretty much done. Then we're back to life as usual, right? Are we not?
No, it's still unstable and a couple other things, but I guess it comes better as time goes on. I don't know.
Well, there's other coins. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
may play a
some are
special
gonna
role.
stick.
Some are going to stick.
Right,
I'm not saying they're all poo, but I believe a lot of them they're shit
done.
burgers.
Right,
done.
absolutely.
As soon as they came out of the gate, they were done.
That's why this Bitcoin Cash is interesting, because it's actually for a global demand. So that might be interesting, man.
How do you think there's a global demand?
That you could just use it. You could go from one currency to another currency. You could send money pretty easily. It's quick and it's cheap.
With Bitcoin Cash, you're saying?
Right.
Well, I wish I'd tripled up then back at that last dip on the 17th. I don't know. I don't know much about the coin, right? I just do technical analysis.
Right.
So I don't know much about Bitcoin Cash. I have been told that apparently it has retained the original code source of what Bitcoin was. And this current Bitcoin is not even a real knockoff of the original idea.
What do you mean this current?
Well, the Bitcoin Cash has retained the original code source, whereas
Right.
the Bitcoin hasn't.
Right. So you're thinking like a little sacrificial, or you had to create Bitcoin and sacrifice it in order to Bitcoin Cash to come to full force.
Okay, so then you're still left with one great big coin that sucked a whole lot of money in, and apparently now it's got a brother called Cash, and he's quicker.
Right.
Well, so are the other kids going to play with the big fat slow brother now? What's going to happen to him?
They need some loving too, bro.
I don't know. He's too volatile. Fuck him.
He might pop off.
I'm just saying. He's slow. He charges a lot. You can't trust him.
too great.
So is that big brother going to be left alone by himself? What's going to happen to him?
What, like in a corner or something?
He might be going down. Exactly.
Walking in circles.
He may be
Oh
going
shit! I'm
down.
crying over here, man.
Going down. We may be seeing the little brother coming up saying, "Yeah, smack. Get down there. You're too big and stupid. Low. I'm fast. They call me Cash."
Oh,
Anyways, I hope you're having a good time, guys. I think it only looks like there's two of you listening out there. Whatever. That's all right. 5 Bitcoin will have at least 5 kids. Did you get that? Trader Mike. Listen to this. Low Roller Scratcher just said that Bitcoin will have at least 5 of these shitburgers in 2018. This is terrible. Like, come on. And then they give these coins values, unbelievable values. Based on what? This is so I can't understand it. If there's ever been a Ponzi scheme, it's this whole bloody thing. I've been saying it since the very beginning. This doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at a nothing burger that's trading for $1,169.
still looking good.
What's that?
Bitcoin's trying to break out though. What's going on here?
That'll just fuck its momentum. What are you talking about?
Right.
Five forks are coming up. Like, come on.
Oh, we're on the 3rd, so we got 2 more.
Is that what's going on?
Or are you saying 5 additional forks so that we would be at like 8?
I don't know, but you just think of all this artificial money that's been created.
Hey, unless it was designed, I'm not trying to take your story away, but if the designer designed this to go into effect over time, so it does create a store and value. So think about it when your kids are buying a soda on Bitcoin Gold or something, or Bitcoin Diamond or whatever it's called, and you bought Bitcoin. You don't like that? You don't like that?
No, it doesn't. It's just a Ponzi scheme.
Right. You can't argue any of that.
It is a Ponzi scheme, and the difference is in this scenario, it's those of us that happen to be on this cryptocurrency carpet ride from the very beginning that have the opportunity to gain the wealth, while the other poor bastards are not even hooked up to a digital component yet are going to be the next bum ass poors, like it's just. And then it still comes down to the fact that these people are creating these coins. They say, well, we're having a dispute or whatever, part of the group doesn't agree with this, or now we're agreeing that we're going to fork with that, and therefore it's still going to create our official creation of a shitburger coin that's based on nothing, that's suddenly going to have a magical, outrageous value, just like what we're looking at right now, Bitcoin Cash.
Right.
There's not even a purpose for it. It doesn't do nothing. It came out of another shitburger delivery room, and all of a sudden it's worth this
1,100.
It's unbelievable. I'm like, unbelievable. Based on what? What? Based on what? What? I can't understand it. It's based on a group of people that decide they're not going to sell it.
Right. And it's only good until someone buys it.
I don't know. I just don't understand it.
So when a Bitcoin is really worth like $50,000, how many people are going to go out there and buy a Bitcoin? Unless it's just normal transaction, like you earn a Bitcoin, you know?
I don't know. I think we should all be born with a Bitcoin. BB, birth and Bitcoin. As soon as you're born, you got to, you know, stamp it right on his hand. Oh, no. Sorry, take that back. Oh, jump.
Easy, Hoggy, easy.
Sorry, not stamp. We'll put a little implant so it's not doesn't show up. Remember the pillar token? That's what the guy was saying. And in the future, everyone who has a wallet will have a small implant in their wrist. I'm like, oh man, like come on. If that's not New World Order, I don't know what's like. What is?
Yeah, I don't like that at all, man.
And I can believe it.
Mark of the beast,
dude. And for him to come out and say this, the CEO, right on JSNIP4's interview, and JSNIP4 didn't even blink an eyelash and question him. Oh yeah, we will have to get an implant in our wrists. Like, I don't know. I still think this is all a Freemason scam between you and I. And if the authorities really wanted to put it down, take it down, I think they would have.
Oh, step day one.
Yeah. Because it is nothing but a big Ponzi scheme. And the proof is in the fact that you have these forks that produce unbelievable amount of coins that are given an unbelievable value overnight. You talk about the Federal Reserve printing money out of nothing. Holy shit, it's happening here this summer right here in Bitcoin world, and it's just unbelievable. And it's just like nobody can seem to be there's no honest interviews out there where people can actually say, you know what, something funny about this whole thing. It doesn't make any sense. How the fuck can you be making these things pop out of nowhere and overnight they're worth $2,000 or even $300? I'm thinking about Bitcoin Gold, whatever. You know, this just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And it destroys their whole claims in the beginning that, you know, oh, Bitcoin's great because you don't have to worry about it. You know, it can't be, there's a limited amount, fixed amount. Do you remember that story?
Right.
I remember this because I've been around on YouTube since 2009 talking about gold and silver and what sound currency is. And I remember how these guys got all these arguments with me. And they're like, no, you don't understand. It's different this time. This coin cannot be, you know, it's only a limited amount. It's not like the Federal Reserve. It's better than the Federal Reserve. No, I'm not telling you. I'm not kidding you. This is what they used to say. It's better than the Federal Reserve.
Right.
Because it's limited amount. And now all of a sudden there's been so many of these limited amount coins dropped this summer with a limited unlimited values. It's just like a whole, I don't know, the shit show on YouTube, and we don't seem to have any grown-ups or anybody able to talk about the reality of it.
That was good, man. That was good.
Okay, I got it out. There we go.